Helm's Deep Open Season 1. Ofnir.
This is it.
So what?
This is Alpha and Ofnir versus Noobies and How.
Your cursor is bothering me. Can you move that?
I can't.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be that all game. I'm gonna think it's a white unit.
I can't control time. Wait, what?
Alright. You see, it's like, it's underneath the box where all the names are.
I don't see it on mine. I'll just move it. How's that? Is this okay?
You moved it. Thank you. Yeah, now I won't mistake it for a white marine.
Helm's Deep Esports action. This is How and Noobies. Noobies is my favorite Helm's Deep player. I think he's the best purple in history. He's definitely the most twisted and creative and weird one. In a way that works. And his partner How is someone I don't know, and no one I asked would tell me. He's quite good, but yeah, I don't know who he is. He's mysterious.
Used to be a KHD Cal. I played in a tournament with him once. Maybe it's him.
Cow. Oh, gambling in AMR
Because
in jail over there. Okay, they get out. Blue pulling immediately.
Yep, but he put some DTs there to block the mass. Nah, I think it was by choice. Definitely by choice.
Interesting.
They're just giving it up.
I wonder if that's Alpha knowing who How is and just showing him a lot of respect and just being like, I'm not even going to take chances with this dude. Or if that's something that White told him to do. Just like get everything out and let's just work together at one.
We will never know.
We'll never know. No, Alpha will message me after this is posted and he'll tell me.
But you can predict the future?
I can predict Alpha. Not the future. I would be better at this game if I could do that. Okay, Snag is ready at 1. Noobies.
Gimli getting some nice farming happening here.
Yeah, Gimli's doing okay.
Era's farming at 1.
Yep.
Noobie's what?
Well known for hyper aggressive team plays at 1. The meme is that he always says, round go 1, bring your tanks 1. In like the first millisecond of the game, he's like, come over here right now.
Hal was just trying to pick up some of those tanks, but couldn't reach them.
Dang. Looks like Elf Camp is going down. White's tank's unsieged. Which I don't quite understand. Legolas is out of Howley range. Wow, Hydra's actually hitting tanks right now.
That's not a big deal.
Is ready.
I'll tickle. I'd be nervous if I was Ofnir. White.
I would be too. I've actually never played White against Noobies. I play White like 3 times a year, so there's not great odds. Yeah, Ofnir, a very seasoned White.
Here we go. Does that? Oh my gosh, he switched over to 3. He switched over to 3.
Yep, he tricked me when I was watching this, and he tricked White.
Yep.
But they're ready with some regular Zealots and DTs.
These. Yeah.
Not just gonna...
Oh, the DTs. Nice. Need more. Need more. Oh, here they come. Reinforcements. I'd be watching 1 right now. What's going on at 1 right now?
What is going on at 1?
I feel like another swarm probably went down, right?
Oh, it looks like Snag was actually in that and got out.
Yeah. See? Well, there's nothing in there besides lots.
No hero kills in this game.
Nothing happened at 1. Because the swarm 3 and 1 is so stressful. I'm always scared of that. The tanks are pushed up really far. We need Hal to come and pew them. What is he doing standing around?
I think he's having a smoke right now.
Hal, dear?
He's just standing there by the edge, like looking out. That looks like what he's doing. Snag.
Attempt on Shag. Shag.
Shag. needs to go.
Don't confuse our viewers.
Yeah, I don't want to confuse myself or anybody else.
Appreciate that. Cows are at 3.
Oh man, I was gonna do this game in an Australian accent, but I forgot. We're not gonna start next time.
Next game.
Yeah. Look forward to that.
It's like a mini game for you.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll try not to laugh.
Oh, you wouldn't laugh. Saruman doing stuff.
So the tanks are getting pushed up, and the white is just giving him the ground. This is, I would send Z's and...
Yeah, a bit of a trick. And I don't think
there.
that's a bait either. I think that's just his pace. Sometimes Noobies just doesn't mass and he's just focusing on setting something else up. Especially in caves, there will be these funny pauses and delays that I don't quite understand. But it makes sense to him, so that's what he should do.
The tanks are just slowly inching up. Gam's getting hit. We don't want that. Well, I mean, Evil wants that. I don't want that. I don't want that for gambling. Yeah, see, everything has to move back because of the splash.
Yeah, gambling's an old man. Whoa, Shagrat aggressively jumping up there.
Mm-hmm. If I was white, I'd get some lots ready and push. Push now? That's what I would do.
It's really
Otherwise not.
Unusual pressure against white for yellow to be able to just like stand inside one like that. Very weird. Look how far back he's pushed. There's a really nice tight marine group there. Old school clan 4-H, famous for their marine density at 1, going back to like 2005 when that's all the people used to do. Oh, there's a swarm. Snag and Shag running up.
Giving them the ground. Oh, the tank's getting stuck in that. Oh. He doesn't lose
He's kind of
tanks.
isolated. He's trapped. Can Snag get at him?
Look at these tanks. I don't like it.
Oh, Noobies opens up the gap just enough to let Snag get at him. Theoden goes down.
Shag is in there, right?
Tanks. 2 tanks.
Yeah.
3 tanks.
Shoot, that feels bad. That feels real bad.
Gimli wants
All the-
help, but he's not much use in that swarm. With the threat of that Snaga close at hand. How they're against the wall up here.
Everything moved back. They might be able to retake, but it's a bit risky. Though 2 swarms did just happen, so
Yeah, that's.
I would consider a retake here.
I don't know if they have.
And all this time, this is true, they do need that. Blue was setting up. He saved a substantial amount of ghosts in the caves.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pretty nice chunk of ghosts up there.
But I wish his Haldir was doing more, because it would have relieved pressure at 1. So, are they retaking?
I don't think they're gonna do it.
No, Hydra's push and Hydra's are
Scary
being pushed.
Noobies down there.
If they just sent everything.
Noobies has both won and lost so many games at that little section right underneath Great Hall.
Limit testing.
Yeah. Figuring stuff out.
They retook, but kind of in a weird place.
Yeah, you see what I mean about this little delay where it seems like nothing's happening, where he's just setting up the mass exactly the way he wants it to be.
Yeah, like a hard reset.
And like
There's like
an opening, and you'd think someone a bit different, someone like a Purify or me, or probably Heben would run down into an opening like that. But Ofnir a little bit more conservative than those guys. Oh, Aemir's in a tight spot. Oh, Gambling.
Yeah, I'm not too. Yeah, this. I wasn't too happy about staying. It was like a half-ass stay.
Down.
It's like,
Aemir
I guess I'll stay, and then things were lost. Should have pulled earlier. here. It's a messy retreat. Things were lost.
Yep. Oh, Snag and Drago are running into keep. Can they pick off some hero kills up here?
I don't think so.
Oh, they're fighting. Can he block Aragorn?
Oh my gosh.
By White.
Get him! Oh!
White move.
White move.
Snag a very low health.
Very low.
Is he picked off? Aragorn. No, Aragorn barely gets out. Oof.
Yeah, it was the messy retreat. Like, White has a lot to do right now, and him blocking, yeah, that makes sense. They should have either like got a better foothold where they were, or pulled. I think that half-assed hold was not.
I think it was a bit indecisive.
Yeah, you saw the results.
Yep. Sui's still alive. Yeah, Ofnir usually so unflappable and just solid as rock. Getting dazzled by this new school, wacky, micro-intensive, aggressive pressure from Noobies and his mystery man partner. Awesome play. Keep completely empty. Brown and purple heroes hanging out. Blue got a zillion ghosts.
I've told you this before, the map cannot handle a zillion units.
You might be right about that.
You know, I had a dream about Helm's Deep last night.
Oh, really?
Yep, I dreamed about it. I was trying to explain it to this older person. It was not working.
Oh, wow.
You can't explain this shit.
I dreamed I was in a cabin in the woods in the winter, and my friend John was riding around on a snowmobile on a frozen pond, and I went out there to get a shovel, and John threw it into the water, and I'm like, fuck you, John.
Oh.
But I got it. It was pretty good. It was a long dream. A lot of other stuff happened, but that's going to be the next video. Dream commentary. Okay, we're tanking down keep. We're not going to... Oh, is he going to lose? Okay, he's going to... Noobies is going to throw away a dragoon there. He doesn't care. He's completely fine with doing that. They're going to tank this down and save on Defiler energy instead.
Yeah.
Because there's only a couple ways you can get rid of this hinge and open up these 4 doors you see here. You can use tanks, which can shoot from out of range of those crazy, overpowered, invincible turrets that sit in front of it. Or you can use a Dark Swarm with the Defiler, and then run into it with something strong like Snaga and or Saruman, and kill it that way. So it's like, if you haven't been saving up tanks, you either have to do it extremely slow with mass, which is the last thing you want to do, and that's why keeping Grima alive is so important. Or use a swarm, which costs 125, and then it's going to take you, 2 minutes or whatever to get your energy back. So basically it depends.
Is that how long it takes?
It's like 1 energy per second, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I thought it was. Whoa, they're pushing out. White.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna rush it? Alright, get out of there, get out. Oh my gosh.
Aragorn is on Saruman.
But if Snag is under there, are they getting out? But they just wasted 2 minutes of energy.
They
so
did.
That's good.
They got Goliaths for it. Red comes back.
How many Goliaths?
Alphago fighting against ghosts. There's no heroes there. There's no one to stand against.
Wow.
Alpha letting him do this. Okay,
I like this ghost pack. Here we go. Here we go.
Run away.
What? Why is Uglek just chilling like a
there must
villain?
Be micro going on in the top of the keep.
Oh, that we missed.
Very limited chance of life.
Okay.
Noobies tries to support him. He kind of sees his position, but a bit of...
Yeah.
Uglek knows now that his chance of life is pretty low, and he's going to fight tanks. And he kind of knows that he can even up the odds for purple by giving away his unit here and killing all but one of the tanks.
I think that was a huge mistake. He could have stayed underneath this swarm here. Why didn't he do that?
He could. I think his adrenaline must have been pumping. I think when Ugluk is fighting in the caves, the brown players' like adrenal glands and heart valves are operating at like 600% of like the, you know. It does for me. Like my brain's broken just talking about it. Is that scary? Because that unit is your life, right? And, like,
So he got bloodthirsty. Yeah.
no, not well. Well, yeah, you get bloodthirsty, but it's just like, you know, like a little tiny.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, a little tiny crappy movement, and your guy will get trapped. But yeah, clearly
But
there. The aggressive pressure is so crazy that everything is just dead. We're at 22 minutes. Everything is simply gone. That keep rush to try to get Saruman and or Ugluk with Aragorn and a stack of Zealots, not good enough against Noobies. Very cool-headed in a situation like that. He thrives on that sort of crazy fighting. And yeah, do not go in the jungle with that dude, because he will eat you. Game 1 goes to Noobies How. My favorite purple, kind of showing why I love him so much. What a game, eh?
That was,
Here we go, this is it.
That's what you said last time.
What did I say last?
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it.
It's not it. How and
Here we
Noobies
go.
have switched sides to white and blue. You don't see much of Noobies playing white. So it'll be interesting to see what he can kind of do from the other side of the fence. Brown fighting these Zealots here. What do you think is the best use of these? Because a lot of people lately will dive for tanks. Whoa, Snagga getting a little bit low. Blue would love to snip some brown heroes in the beginning of the game. I think
That
kind of
was-
relax. Just because the presence of Snagga just gives you so much fear and stress. Oh wow, white heroes actually came down to make this fight a little bit harder.
Wow. Huh.
Elder's already over here. Okay, they're not going to try to hold the drain either.
I wonder if Ugluk died right away, like to the turrets or something, if anybody would allow a remake.
I doubt it. I think Alpha would probably just accept it and be like, sorry.
That would be rough.
He would eat the loss. Yeah, that would be rough. But didn't happen. Alpha's pretty good. Alpha's pretty well-rounded. I think his best slot is blue or white, but he's definitely not bad at anything in Helm's Deep, really. I feel like 12 months ago, or like a year and a half ago, Alpha was not a threat, really. He was like good, but he wasn't scary. Like I would never worry about playing against Alpha. And if he ever beat me, I'd just be like, it's a fluke. He's not very good. And I was not in that much Helm's Deep last year. I played a lot of StarCraft 2, but I kind of come back and like he's been playing continuously and just trying to get really improved. And he's super good now. Legolas dies. Picked off
Legolas
in
went
the
down.
very beginning of the game in slow motion.
It's a lag.
Connectivity issues. Yeah, Helm's Deep is not played on LAN. It is played by normal human video game players on their normal ass computers that they bought. This is not GSO or something, so we do sometimes run into this, and it's a little bit choppy. Nothing we can do. No big deal. People who play StarCraft forever are kind of used to it. Noobies is not happy. He says, "Fix this." Pauses the game. And Luck told me to leave.
Playing evil in lag is the worst. It's the worst. But playing good in lag in the beginning is actually pretty nice because it gives you more time to set up.
Yeah, we lost game 2 to lag. We're going to game 3.
But we didn't. I mean, we lost as viewers, but Ofnir and Alpha won, which is pretty exciting because that's 2 evil wins and 0 good wins in this series.
Yeah, that's.
And that
I think
is
that's unusual.
It's unusual because good has the tiniest bit advantage, but it shows up in these tournament games because there's 5 slots for defenders, 3 slots for attackers. So naturally, all the players have more experience playing defenders and having that defender mindset. And I think that this is part of the reason why good wins more often than evil.
True. Couple of reasons for that. Also, the fact that white and blue don't have a weak point unit that if you don't keep alive, you're just deleted from the game. And just purple and brown being forced to take so many risks. I think Noobies or someone called for a BRB. He probably wants to go get some... oh, he's back. Okay. He's got his apple juice or whatever. I don't know what he drinks, but probably something really good. They're just waiting. Okay, countdown.
Gladiators ready?
They just decided to pause at the beginning. Game 3. I'm Baby playing Gimli. My baby plays Gimli in almost every tournament game so far. I don't think he's really a baby. Imagine if he is, he'd be the best baby ever.
Some things that we overlook, I think, as veteran players. I moved on. Is just the setup that's happening and how fast all of these players in this tournament can put their units where they belong in the beginning. It's a lot of clicking. Where do they belong?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great question. Because where do I belong? Where do you belong? Well, where we are, right? But as for these units, there are certain places that they defend better at. So
yeah,
getting them all set up is
like for new viewers. Like, why does blue play as ghost behind a row of DTs? Like, why are there zealots over there?
Over on the right?
Doing that.
That one?
Yeah.
But just in case there's a rush in the beginning, he can cut it out.
Definitely reasonable to expect a rush from these guys.
Yeah. And they're just ready. Zealots are your anti-rush cavalry units. I don't know if they'd be cavalry, they'd probably be something else. Like Marines, but the Marines are the Marines, so I don't know.
I don't know. The nice thing about them is they're great as a body block, and they can fight and do damage in a darkspawn, which ranged units cannot do. Also, they're expendable. You get a stack of, 10 every 3 minutes or something? They do get replenished as long as the Great Hall is alive, and you start the game with about 10 zillion.
It's not that many.
It's true. It's
some, but it's not that many.
Hundreds of millions of zealots.
At least 2.
Snag are ready to move up. Cool.
Look at Shag eating them. Or trying to, but the fire lag. I'd explain fire lag, but I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I just know it. It makes it so that some units can't go pew pew when they want to. And it happens most often because so many ghosts are going pew pew in the beginning.
Yep, that's true.
And high ground, low ground, something about that.
Yeah, high ground, low ground. There's just like a 30% chance that it won't shoot or something. There's numbers.
There are numbers behind it. There's numbers behind everything going on in this game.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's numbers going on like everywhere in life too.
Not in my life.
Yes, it has to.
Math twice.
Yeah, but the math is still happening all around you. It's the language of the physical world.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, Snaga is the language of death, which he wants to cause to these white heroes. They're getting ready.
Is it gonna happen?
Oh,
It looks like it's gonna happen.
Saruman's running in there. Okay, Saruman's throwing some of these units down. There's no one stopping. Snaga and a bunch of Lings are running into 3.
3 looks fine.
Body block in this dark swarm.
Yep.
What happened to Snaga?
Yeah.
Can't even see him.
I don't know.
Well, in that Dark Swarm, all sorts of interesting things are going on. Snag should have a body cam on him. He should have a little GoPro.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he gets out. Looks like
But he never got in. He didn't even get in.
he didn't
I don't
get
think.
any heroes. Okay, so this attack is kind of caught in the glove of Alpha and Ofnir. Not the same kind of explosive results as they got in game 1. We'll see what they try at 1.
So Alpha and Ofnir are the defenders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, Ofnir and Alpha as White and Blue. Matt Kothon as Aragorn. Beer Monday, Legolas, and I'm Baby Gimli.
And then we have Window as Shag.
Yeah, Demon King, aka Window of Time. Because he stopped being a king and became a Window of Time. Extremely nice guy, one of the nicest guys. Real gentleman.
Being a Window sounds a lot easier than being a king.
I guess, if you're, really open.
Did Blue do that quick fall again?
Pretty quick. I don't think it was instant, but it was quick.
Where's Haldir? Oh, there he is.
He's
Chilling.
alive. He's somewhere. I got him selected.
He's chilling. He needs to go help one, I think. One has under so much pressure. It's frustrating. Because look at those tanks on the bottom right. Look at Brown's tanks.
Yeah, it's true. If that was an FM.
Here we go.
Here,
There's a Haldir.
a little bit different. Okay, there he is.
Go eat those tanks.
Thanks.
Okay, so as a Brown, you should unseat your tanks right now and pull them back. And then notice how White is blocking the left stair too. Saruman's trying to move around to protect those Brown tanks, but he can't. He can't move fast enough.
Yep.
So
All the
this is the result.
are covered here by this little zealot clump.
But pull the zealots back now. Oh, purple tanks are moving up. Look at that's Haldir food. And then appropriately, White moves his knights to the right side to keep them out of tank range.
Zealot's coming down. First wave of the melee mass. Swag is ready. Is there gonna be a swarm?
It doesn't look like it.
No, looks like not.
We need to do that hinge in the back. Blue's hinge. It's going down so slow.
Yeah, I think all of Brown's attention is bent towards being ready for whatever Noobies tells him to do.
An option would be to send Shag over there.
Yeah, that's something I favor a lot. It's not super popular. Anytime I play Brown, I'm like, hey Shag, come help me on the back hinge. And the purple's like, no, stay at 1 and do tiny bits of damage to Zealots and Marines. And
Which he's obviously hitting like 1 out of every 3 shots.
Yeah, my philosophy on Shagrat is that he can accelerate the game for Brown by fighting Elf Camp and Backgate Hinge and like contribute in like a really realistic way, just because like when you're one unit, like you can pay so much attention to it and like keep it alive and do like tricky little things like that.
Saruman is in there. He is
Take care
in there. Where was Aragorn? If Aragorn was in that swarm, we could be doing some damn. I mean, we'd have to take care of the Snaga threat.
Whoa, Snaga on Theoden. Theoden goes down. What's going on?
Aramar too.
He goes Howlers, he can't.
He's so low.
Oh, he dies.
Drago's in there too.
Oh wait, no, Snag's still alive. That's him fighting.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, yeah, he's
I thought. Oh, he is? Okay. Mara must have got him or something. Okay. Try to tell. Sui's up. Sui's looking for something. No, there's no good options right now. Though I can't really see because the spectator's not letting me see what's going on.
crappy spectator. Oh,
Sig swim!
Can't get out.
Show me what's going on with White.
Oh, Brown would salt off to kill Haldir here. I'm sure they're happy that they got some hero kills for Snaga. Getting Theo and AMR is super nice. But keeping Snag alive and having him able to fight Haldir a little bit later in the game would have been so nice. Just because
The swarms are 100% less scary now.
yeah.
Like, Aragon can now dominate the swarms. But Gimli, too. Gimli can do mass. Like, he can take care of the mass of the swarm. And then Aragon makes it scary for any heroes to go into the swarm. So if I was a suicide, I would be looking to kill, well, one of them.
Fellowship, eh?
Yeah, Fellowship. And obviously Haldir. Haldir's always an option. And look at his back hinge. It's not even like at half life. It's barely on fire. Okay, so what are they gonna do this game? Because last game they just kind of half-assed the defense. They could push up. Technically, they could retake. I don't think any knights went down, did they?
I think the Knights have already been pulled out.
I'd consider retaking, though I don't know what the zealot count is.
Yeah, you
Goons.
could while you're waiting for the purple green mana to go back up.
Yeah, exactly.
You maybe could. Maybe he thinks it's so much safer to just play in the keep and in the caves with your Haldir against a snagless Brown. Because you still have Sui as a threat, and while he's alive, he's not getting hero kills, but just like by his existence, he's making the swarms more scary. So like if you lose him or like I don't know get like 2 goals for him, it's so bad because like you've lost your trump card and you've helped White to relax. You've like shown him that there's no monsters under the bed, and so he doesn't care anymore. But yeah, with Sui alive, you can at least exert some pressure mentally and freak people out. Just because if you're new to the game, the Suicidal Urukai does 99999 damage in a little radius, so you can actually kill a ton of heroes at once. He's pretty fast, so he's super dangerous. He does have very low health, so if you see him coming, you like shout it out for your team, Sui, 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 and then everyone panics and has a heart attack and tries to get away from him. But if you're really, really good defensively and your click accuracy is good and your map accuracy, I mean your map awareness rather, is very high, you can see the Sui coming up and snipe him, and then Brown loses his most dangerous unit. But if you,
I wouldn't call it the most dangerous unit.
I think he is. I think he's one unit that ends the game if he's used right. If purple helps you, if purple is like his... Now, no one agrees with me on this. My whole philosophy of purple is that he's actually the support to Brown because Sui is so important. I think Sui is like a volleyball setter who just has to like pass the ball to the spiker to score. He just has to do one really good swarm or a really good distraction that can help Brown get off his suicide unit and kill a big clump of heroes and then just demoralize White and make him leave.
White just left because there's so much threat here. It would have been nice to get it to force a swarm out of purple, but not worth the risk, so he just fell quick. And I do agree that purple is a support to Brown.
Like a good marriage should be equal.
Yeah, I mean, they both support each other, of course.
That's true.
But Brown is the lady.
And spiritually.
All of it.
Agriculturally.
Physically, yeah, like you said, spiritually. What's the other one? Intellectually.
Agriculturally is what I said, but yeah.
Anyways, they're there to make each other look good. Like if you're making your Brown look bad, then you look bad.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if people should ask. Saruman taking some tank damage. Just kind of taking some of those shells. It looks like they have enough tanks to damage this down pretty quick. There's no
They
mech
do
in
have
here.
what?
And I think this is because brown is stuck, not because they're trying to bait white into taking a risk. Whoa.
Yeah, look at this.
The door opens right underneath Gimli's feet, and he almost gets pushed out, which can happen sometimes.
The mass is not happening very well, like you said. But it's good enough for now. It's really pretty to watch all the movement on the mini-map.
Yeah, it's like one of those little trickling sand toy things. What are they called? Hourglass.
I don't know. Oh,
Have you seen those really elaborate hourglasses? Like, you get them as like souvenirs at different places. They'll be like in the shape of Mickey Mouse or whatever, and it's like a toy.
never seen that. That sounds great.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Paragon killed a Marine.
Whoa. So red maybe is a traitor here. He could be a mole.
No, he just needed to. He just needed to escape.
Noobies Venmoed
Yes.
him $50 to start killing Marines. Shark wants to get in. The Goliath's on the left. What do you think of this?
It's not what I do, though I don't have a reason for it. I just always put them on the right. I don't know why.
I feel like we've been putting Goliaths on the right since 2005. And when they're on the left, it's like, it makes my brain break. So I have to go to the hospital. But no, it's actually good because they'll be like, 10% harder to retreat because they have to walk like a little bit farther to get
Further.
away, but they're way further
Yeah.
away from the tanks.
Yeah, the tank splash. That's what I'm thinking. But like you said, they have to retreat before blue moves. They have to get out of there before blue moves because if
Yeah.
blue pulls it down, then it blocks the escape
that's
for them.
Maybe White told him to do that and told him to just let the ghosts die because you have so many, even if they can just produce no value in the fight and like get nothing, it will at least take purple and brown a long time to chew through them, even with cows and stuff. So maybe they're more of a barrier, like the Great Barrier Reef, a great big coral ecosystem of ghosts that are.
They slowed the game down. Yeah.
Yeah, where's Gimli? Gimli's healing. No, Gimli's dead.
I'd be annoyed as an evil, as an attacker. This is a hard defense right here.
It is.
High D.
It's like a cup. Or no, it's like a funnel because there's like a bowl part and a narrow part. Look at that. It's a perfect funnel. Oh, Gimli's alive. Okay, Gimli was just taking a small break.
Healing. As he would.
Okay.
You can do a lot of farming right now.
Yeah, geez. Gimli is just about to hit 250 kills. 20 minutes at first band.
It's not bad. This is a solid game here.
Yep, this is the closest one that we've seen so far. We don't know how close game 2 was, tragically. What are they gonna cook up here? Even more zealots being brought up.
For the hallucinations when they come in. Because you want the hallucinations to stay back, because they're going to take a lot of tank shots.
Yep.
And if they get too close, those tank shots are going to hurt your own stuff.
Okay, he's changed his mind. He's pulling some of them back.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Darkstorm goes down. Oh, look,
Yep, Haldir moved back.
not able to.
Everybody's
Got a
moving
tank
back.
yet.
Everybody's moving back.
Legolas kind of knowing that Buckluck can't come out because he'll get killed.
Unless another swarm goes down. But the swarm wants to be lower.
Yeah, this one definitely wants to be lower than that. Aragorn wants to get involved and throw some damage on this already in the yellow Uglok. but the risk is great with such a purple, so much purple mass here, and a newbie purple's army, which is pretty dangerous. Oh, red wants to kill green now.
Here, we got another swarm. If we can take over that swarm, then it won't even matter. Yep. Very good retake.
Wow, jeez, you never see that.
There's no mass to protect them.
Oh.
Oh, but all those cows there. I considered rushing.
Much of a bit of a misplay, bit of a kind of unfortunate delay between the brown and purple mass. And this dark swarm is gonna get nothing done.
Yeah.
Wow, that's unusual.
It's a waste of dark swarm.
Sui though, if you could go into that.
You can't get in there. You die. For sure.
Go for it. I'd make it work.
Oh, you die. You'd die.
I'd kill 12 goals.
You'd die.
If that was me, I'd go in there. I bet Noobies is thinking to himself, if that was Sink Swim, he would have won the game.
No, he's not thinking that.
Newbies, when
and
you
the
watch
walk
this,
of shame.
if that's what you thought at that moment.
The evil heroes are making the walk of shame all the way back to the heel.
Oh man. Have you heard there's a theoretical potential update in the works where purple gets a reaver for killing Great Hall at the evil heel, and if you bring him up to the Great Hall, it becomes an evil spawn. An evil heel.
That would be different.
I think that would be so good.
Huh.
I think that would make it more fair. Just because, losing, what is it, a minute and a half both ways to heal one unit is so bad, especially when you're fighting through mass and stuff. So if that good heal became an evil heal, it would be so good.
Alright.
Because, the heals are basically toilets, right? And if a human can use them, an orc can use them.
I'll let that one go.
Yeah. Eowyn and Aragorn standing bravely behind a row of the women of Rohan.
What is Aragorn doing there?
They volunteered.
You far?
I'll stand here. You guys will be okay.
The shield maidens.
Whoa, yeah. Medics have shields. They have them held up.
Yeah, they do. And they're all first lieutenants, every one of them.
Wow. Yeah, I loved the meme. Find a second lieutenant in the women.
Well, when RS updates the map, maybe I can ask him to put a second lieutenant in there for me. Or maybe the first lieutenant.
What do you
don't know.
Of sieging the tanks here at the top of the keep? Just because, the
for
chance of
the evil?
Yeah. Do you think that's good or worth the click to siege them?
I think it's worth the click. Yeah, because if you get rushed, the tanks will take care of a lot of the good. If we rush, if we as the good team.
I don't like it when Snagga's alive. I think just because the splash is going to be really good against white zealots and stuff.
Yeah.
And it will damage heroes and stuff, but it's going to do so much splash, and you're going to hurt your own guys as much as you hurt them. It will make.
But the idea is
just around you.
Yeah, but if you're retreating as evil, then you're not doing damage because you're running away. So those tanks being around, that's what's doing the damage.
Now, if you're retreating Saruman and Ugluk from a attempted trap in this position that we're seeing right here, and your tanks are in siege mode, if you run away your Ugluk, the Zealots will just kill all the tanks. But if the tanks are unsieged, they can run too.
It's a dance. It turns into a dance.
It's a dance. It's a square dance, though. And if the tanks are sieged and Purple says, okay, let's go in, you have to be like, oh shit, let me unsiege, and that takes 4 seconds. And then red and teal and orange are watching that. They're like, oh, the tanks are unsieging. It's it's a telegraph.
Okay, can we talk about the game real quick? Because this mass is very scary. It's only do you see what they're doing?
Oh yeah.
Do you see this?
This is the before the plunge.
It is. What melee? It's only melee mass. They got rid of all those annoying hydras. So, the zealots are ready. Yeah, I would be prepared to give up ground as a defender.
Noobies is either explaining his plan to Brown. He's trying to understand what this is, and there's nothing at all happening right now.
Deep breath before the plunge.
Yep, Noobies may be taking a deep breath, stretching his wrists, taking care of his joints.
Here we go.
Bones. Okay, here they go. He's standing there menacingly. The Dark Swarm.
Alright, all those cows are real.
Block is in. He's I think he's out of tank range there. I think he's far enough left. Still waiting for Sui to come into play.
Gave that ground up. Shag is pretty open. Oh, but everything's moving down. We'll probably put another swarm down there.
Yeah, the nice
There's
thing about
swarm down there.
like a tide of melee units is there's no hydras that just like kind of stop and block things to shoot. Okay,
Yeah.
heroes are stuck. Aragorn's trying to get out of this Dark Swarm. Legolas is taking damage, Skulls are taking damage. I think these ghosts won't try to run. I think they'll just buy time by dying and let the important units get out. Oh, a knight dies.
That was a pretty clean retreat.
There's a couple of drunken Goliaths not quite back in position yet. Tank sieging up, not in the nice neat line you'd like to see, but in a bit of a kind of an M shape or a 3. Yeah, 3 shape. Sui still hasn't gotten any.
Still alive.
This late in the game, you kind of stop worrying about Sui just with it's so hard for him to run through somewhere so narrow where everyone's watching and he's going to be exposed to tank fire the whole time. And like, if you kill a hero, it's like, oh, it's like there's 3 minutes left. It doesn't make the same difference that it makes in the beginning of the game. Because Purple and Brown already did the hard work of playing against a full fellowship for 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. You said it so well, I didn't even have to comment on it.
Oh wow. I'll say it again, but in a different way. If you're like carrying groceries home and there's like a tear in your bag and a pineapple falls out, a pineapple is like 6 pounds, right? And then you have to walk for 10 miles without that pineapple, like you just have like tomato soup and some almond milk, let's say, and half of a cabbage, right? Since you lost the pineapple as soon as you left the store, you like had to use way less energy than if you're like on the front door of your house and you drop the pineapple. And it's like, oh, I just carried a pineapple all that time for no reason. It's exactly like that. Gimli is the pineapple. So
Wow!
a little bit
I did not expect that to end relevantly. Alright, think.
Everything I say is relevant.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh, well, you were gonna do an Australian accent this game and
That would be
then...
relevant if I did it. Purple has a zillion tanks, and Brown has like 3/4 of a zillion tanks. Sieging up here, okay, we've got a bit of a blood clot in the flow of units. Actually, the flow of units is completely stopped. Brown and Purple are not moving. They're just sieging up 100 million tanks.
5 minutes and a lot of good heroes to fight through. This is not looking the greatest. The tank count is nice for Evil.
Probably gonna try to do another melee mass? What is coming up through 2 here? Is this Hydralisks? I think they're just gonna sacrifice all the Hydras and do another melee mass.
Yeah, looks like it. It's a lot of clicking. This is a lot of work. Probably would not be done in a regular game, but for a tournament game, the clicking is worth it. Everybody's watching. So many people have been watching the tournament games. It's great. Like, there's 20 people on the Discord, boys, just chilling and watching. All eyes on you. It's pretty stressful, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Some people thrive in that spotlight.
Just hit 30k subscribers on YouTube, thanks to you guys.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we have like 9 or something, but still.
Yeah.
One day that'll be true. If you're
I
watching this
don't know.
like 2035, there will be 30k subscribers.
It'll be a reemergence of retro games.
Yeah.
StarCraft obviously being the best.
Oh yeah. Oh man, to re-emerge, you first gotta submerge, right? I think StarCraft
in order to
submerged yet.
To swim, you first have to sink.
It's true. This is true about life and sink swim. Saruman is like giving a pep talk to his Zerglings. He's just like surrounded by him. Look at him. He's like bouncing up and down a bit. He's like, "Come on, guys, you can do it. Get in there. Get ready."
Imagine being a Zergling next to Saruman. You're just starstruck.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh wow, this is the guy who tells us to A move into 10,000 turrets and tanks."
He doesn't even give that much attention. He just moves a shuttle and it happens.
Yep. He's like,
this is a lot of time.
Oh man, they're getting.
We're at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah. This is not very much time. The cavalry's gonna come almost for sure. This better be a really strong push. It's a good idea though. Like,
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Time is a resource. I mean, use all the resources that you have. I mean, if you have 2 minutes, you can use 1 minute and 59 seconds, no problem.
It's the Hallows of Ugluk, because Ugluk is the unit with the most health in the game.
Yep, he's a nice, big blocking thing.
Heat shield.
He's hefty, he's annoying.
The tank's not moving up, I think, is a mistake.
Hydra's kind of getting in their own.
Grima's gonna go down.
Oh, tragically, he has gone down.
Saruman's taking tank damage.
It's like...
yeah, Sui should be in here, I agree. Also, the tanks probably should be moved up. Ugluk in that swarm, he's eating some Theoden.
There we go, Dunlin Chief trying to get some kills. The brown tanks are gonna move up.
I would send Sui in right now, as far in as I can, because no more swarm ever.
Oh, he heard you, he's going.
What? No, he's not. He's standing next to Saruman.
No,
he's standing still.
He's there, he's not.
No, he's there. Yeah, but we're at 22 seconds now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need to keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going, Eagle.
The sun is rising.
Ugluk's
Gimli's
stuck.
playing the horn thing. Oh, Ugluk is not safe.
Ugluk's down. His memory still lives in the hallucinations.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That tank's moving up, tank's moving up.
It's like the blue Mufasa in reverse.
This is the last bit of units Purple has.
Can Noobies make anything happen?
He leaves.
Yeah, sadly, a bit unfortunate. He does lose. Really well played by Alpha and Ofnir. He kept Haldir alive to the end. Really great game. Not as clean as they probably wanted. What went wrong there?
Went wrong there. I think the attackers, they were taking too long organizing. They needed to go.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, it was a good game. Sorry that we lost game 2 to lag. It probably sucked, whatever. No big loss. But yeah, Noobies and Mystery Man Hal going into the lower bracket. Excited to see some more from them. I still think they can win. Noobies is still the best in my book. And we'll see if my mind gets changed in the losers bracket. But yeah, GG everyone.
GG.